Okay, guys, listen up. Look, I've just got through the All-Star rosters, so let's see who it is that's going off to represent us at the game. There must be some mistake here. Yordani Carmona, and that's it. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Detroit. It is Season 8, Episode 5 as we try and win a World Series with this team, which is looking increasingly more difficult. And there is a lot to catch you up on today before we face Seattle, who of course, I say Seattle Sounders, that's MLS, Seattle Mariners, who knocked us out of the ALCS, one game away from the World Series last season. And well, let's hope we can get a little bit of revenge for that. But as I say, a lot to catch you up on, including our number 5 starter being the only guy that got caught into the All-Star game. Possibly the most just put him in there, forgetting player on the team, apart from maybe a mid-reliever or to avoid high leverage, and it's the one that got called in, so there we go. But a little bit of injury news is CJ Abrams is out 6 weeks. That's obviously a little bit of a blow, but we can kind of work around that to a point. But we've also got, we've had our international amateur free agent signing. And this is the man that we went with, a 16-year-old Venezuelan, Trevino, and he's not, hopefully he's going to be quite good, but his loyalties are easily influenced by his teammates. I'm hoping it's going to be a good influence when he gets up to where he needs to be for us. And the only sort of concern is the lack of movement, but generally speaking, there's a lot to like about him. And again, we just need to hope he develops, and you know, it'll be a few seasons yet before we see him, but hopefully we will actually see him at some point. One thing I do forget to mention too on this series is anybody that's sort of a game-generated player, if you're a Patreon supporter that sort of qualifies the tier, whatever it is, I can rename them for you, you know, so don't be shy. We do it in Football Manager all the time, but yeah, don't be shy. If you do see somebody here that is a game-generated player, I'm happy to rename them for you. So that's our international amateur. We've also had the first-year player draft, and our first-round pick here is somebody I'm very excited about. It's another starting pitcher, Spaceman, Victor Williams, and well, look at that. He could be very, very good indeed. A ground ball pitcher as well, and well, needless to say, I'm excited to see him again. He's 17. He was drafted out of high school, so we'll see. You know, it might be a while before we see him. He's a sidearm pitcher as well, I've just noticed, so that'll be interesting. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he can become for us. So that was the first round. Our second round pick, we went again with the starting pitcher, Chris Dixon, and obviously not quite as good, but a good array of pitchers there, 4 strong pitchers if everything sort of works out for him, and fairly well-rounded as well. So again, another one out of high school, 17, but we'll get him into our system and hopefully, you know, he'll develop nicely for us. Third round, we went with a third baseman. Now, you'll see here personality focus can be a problem, which I think is why he was still around in the third round, but if he can develop that sort of hitting and be a solid defensive third baseman for us, then we'll work on focus. We'll put little blinkers on him or something. So again, hopeful he's going to do quite well. But again, another one out of high school, so we'll have to wait a little while to see. Fourth round pick, we went into a left fielder. Now this is sort of where we start to get a little bit. You know, they may or may not come through for us. This guy's out of college, so he should be, in theory, a little bit closer. You see, he hasn't actually signed his contract yet. I did offer him a contract, didn't I? I think. I have offered him a contract. Hopefully he signs it. And but anyway, yeah, I might be showing you him for nothing otherwise. Fifth round, we went with a catcher. Now, this is another guy that was, I'm sure, still around because personality, mind tends to wander. But, you know, we'll try and focus him in a little bit. Maybe not the best catcher, but certainly there's a bat there that can be usable, even if he doesn't catch just as a designated hitter. His rating suggests that he is just a designated hitter. But, you know, when you get to the fifth round and a bat like that is available, never mind how good he is defensively, then it seems silly not to take him, really. All right, we get to the sixth round, and we were still picking up some good players. Julian Gembe. Now, I've actually taken control of his development, and I've started him up in A-ball. So again, I mean, he's 20 years old. That's where he should be. He's a decent bat, potentially, an okay fielder, but there's doubts whether he can handle a full workload. So again, there's questions about him, but I'd rather take these guys. 192nd pick overall to potentially get someone like that. Again, I just think it's worth the risk. And the final guy will show that got a little bit of potential or should be a major league player based on his potential, I suppose, is another starting pitcher, Real Bustos. We got him in the 7th round. You can see, I mean, he's not perfect, but there is quite a bit to like about him. Never causes trouble, and again, we'll just hopefully see him in the future. So that is all, or the main, I guess, of our draft picks for the season. And before we get to how we've been getting on, we'll check in the All-Star game as well. And I did put the final voting up on the Discord earlier today. Link to that is down in the description as usual. This is the American League, and the only player of ours, as I said, was Yordani Carmona. Now, he's quietly done quite well. I just said I don't pay any attention to him necessarily because he's down there as our 5th starter and didn't have to worry about him. But yeah, only guy to represent the team, and National League, if you're interested, is there. But yeah, so that was that. If we go and have a look at how everything played out here, the home run derby, it's the first year in a couple of years that we haven't seen Vega, Louis Vega. Tony Vega even. His nickname should be Louis, shouldn't it? But he's lost the last two in the final, but he didn't feature this year. But the Major League game, it did feature us, as I said, just the one player. And if we go and have a look at the box score, unfortunately for us, it featured us quite heavily. Now, the American League jumped out to a very good start, 5 runs in the first inning. You can see that the National League got 4 runs in the 9th. Now, if we go down, you can have a look how everybody hit there. Of course, no Tigers were involved in this part of the game. But if we go down and have a look at the pitches, and we will see that Yordani Carmona, 1 out, 1 hit, 3 earned runs, walk. It's good to see with an ERA of 81 that he represented the Tigers accurately. So I think we can be all proud of that. So the American League won, and it was almost blown by a Tiger. Excellent, excellent work. Now, to us. Now, we've actually done okay. Now, we left off with this game here against, I've lost it. Oh, against the Royals, wasn't it? So we faced the Twins. We lost the first one quite heavily, but then bounced back to win 2 tight ones, which is good. The series against the White Sox, the less said about that, the better. But in Game 2 here, we will have a quick look at it because in the 6th inning, we had a grand slam from our 3rd baseman, Luis Garcia. So that was excellent. He was more or less the only man to hit in the game. Actually, they all hit. He was the only one that got any RBIs to speak of. And the pitching, if you're interested, we can see there it was an Andrew Walling start that went very wrong and picked up after he was taken out of the game, unfortunately for him. So if we head over into July now, we face the A's. We got a bit of a hiding, but then we did win the other 2 games, tight ones, but we won. We faced San Antonio, a nice 17-3 win, which we love to see. We did lose Game 3 in the series, though, unfortunately, so that avoided a sweep. But speaking of sweeps, we did it to the Yankees. We went to New York and swept the floor. A very convincing 3-1, 12-3, I should say. A 2-1 in the 11s, the complete opposite game. And then Game 3 here was a 5-1 win. And it was another grand slam in the 5th by Errol Vera, which is always nice to see. And it was the game. You know, we won by 4 runs. That was the difference between a win and a loss in this one. We can see everybody hit there, and you'll notice a couple of new names perhaps in the lineup as well. And we can again see Andrew Walling start. This one went a lot better for him, and Olsen and DeJesus came in to finish off his work for him. So let's have a look at the standings. And we can see we are 2nd in the division, 4.5 games back of the White Sox, who unfortunately swept us. You can see recent form suggests before the All-Star game we were coming good. Now, unfortunately for us, the Mariners, who we're about to face in a 3-game series, have also been good. We are inside the wild card just about, though, now, so that's good. And, well, if we have a look at some of the league leaders, we are still leading the way with stolen bases, even with Abrams being out injured for a couple of months. I think it was 7 weeks, I think it was altogether. He's still almost double the next best base stealer, so he is having a whale of a time. And Walling and Klein are still up there, wins and saves as well, which is all very nice to see. And so to the pitchers, and well, we've made a couple of tweaks more so than changes. Mike Ruff came to me and said that he wants to be a starting pitcher. He's not doing particularly well out of the bullpen, so I thought, well, what have we got to lose? He is actually a starter. So we just moved Contreras back into the bullpen. We'll give Ruff a go. If he does well, he can stay there. If he doesn't, then we'll just put him back in the bullpen and tell him to shut his mouth. And yes, but there's been no actual personnel changes per se, so that is more or less as it was. And the hitters, Well, we do have some changes here. Now, with the injury to Abrams, we've brought in Manny Williams. Now, you may remember in spring training, he was absolutely brilliant. A really good defensive player as well. We'll have another look at him in a moment. So he came in to replace Abrams in the lineup. Molyneux, we've dropped him back to AAA as well. And Chris Ford has come in. He's going to get his chance. And we'll just see how he goes. He's been doing quite well in AAA this year. And Molyneux he needs to re-get his confidence, I think. So otherwise, though, it's been not too bad. If we go and have a look at the two new boys, Manny Williams, we can see him here. He's an okay bat. He's just okay, isn't he? But defensively, he's quite good. So as a guy to come in and sort of fill in a little bit for Abrams while he's injured, he was possibly the best option we had. His career to date will leave all the minor leagues up as well. He has played a little bit of Major League Baseball before. You can see there with Atlanta. We got him in a trade, did we? Yeah, we got him in a trade with Atlanta. So we'll just kind of see how he goes. He wasn't lighting up AAA by any means with the bat, but his on-base percentage was okay. So he had a positive WAR as well. So we'll just see how he goes. And the other man to look at was Ford. And this is him. Now, he is a very, very good defensive outfielder as well. He's a little bit like a good version of Takazawa in a way with the bat. He's still got good gap power. The other things are all a little bit less, but we'll, again, just see how he goes. And if we go and have a look at his career to date, he's come through very quickly. I wanted to force start him in AAA this year to see how he did, and he did okay. It's maybe a little bit too soon for him, ideally, but Molyneux was really struggling, so it made sense to just switch them, give each other a taste of it, Molyneux back into AAA, see how Chris Ford does up in the majors, and again, we'll sort of play it by ear, and if he continues if Ford struggles and Molyneux finds his form, we'll just switch them back. It'll be absolutely fine. So that, I believe, is everything caught up on. And I just realized I left the camera off after I did the standings. I did just want to draw attention to the team rankings where we're really good at base running, and that is about it this year. It's just not all clicking for us, and it is frustrating, but I say that every episode, don't I? So let's go check the lineups. We're hosting the Mariners, and hopefully we can knock them down a peg or two. On your feet, Tigers fans, as tonight's slams to the slaughter take to the field. At first base, it's Vera. At second base, it's Xavier Edwards. At third base, it's Luis Garcia. The shortstop is Manny Williams. In left field, it's Maisel Urbina. In center field, it's Troy Childers. In right field, it's David Valentinos. The letter hitter is Tony Vega. The catcher is Blake Hunt. And tonight's starting pitcher is your all-star, Yordani Carmona. So the matchups don't look great, do they? It's Xavier Edwards leading us off at second base. It is Childers in center field batting second. Vera at first bats third. Urbina cleans up in left field. Vega, designated hitter, bats 5. Garcia at third base bats 6. Valandivos at right field bats 7. Hunt the catcher bats 8. Manny Williams, the shortstop, bats 9. And it is Carmona, our all-star, on the mound. He has had a good year so far. Up against Drew Thorpe for then. He has an 8-7 record, an ERA of 4.23, a whip of 137. So all those major stats, it looks as though Carmona comes out on top, but the Mariners win the pitching duel. So let's hope that we need to upset some of these matchups, don't we? And it would be very nice to get this done nice and early here. So Jordan Lawler batting at 243 so far this season. It's a 1-2 pitch. Hopefully Carmona's going to start with a strikeout. I've moved Carmona to the top of the pitching rotation because why not, really? He was quietly good for us last season as well. When I looked at his stats at the end of the year, and that should be out at first as it's a ground ball to the shortstop and 1 away. Yeah, when I looked at his stats last year, we traded for him, I want to say Atlanta, as Correa comes in, a 1-1 pitch. And he didn't do very well for Atlanta, which is, I suppose, why they're willing to trade him. And so when you looked at his overall stats for the season, it really didn't look superb. It was sort of, that's a good hit into center field. Child was on the hop. And it'll be a 2-out, single, bringing Marte to the plate, who I think hit a home run against us last year. And that should be caught in left field, 2 and the first. But yeah, his ERA for the season was something like, say, 470. But when I looked what it was for us, it was something similar, sort of around the 370 mark. So he did do well for us last year, just on the quiet, though. So maybe it wasn't a surprise that he was the All-Star, and probably shouldn't have been just wasted down there at number 5 in the rotation as Edwards. Let's say he draws the error and finds himself at first, and we know he can steal bases. Childers at the plate batting 306 in his rookie year, and Childers gets it again into right field. Can Edwards get himself to third? No, he stops at second. So 2 on, none out for Errol Vera, batting 292 this season. It's an 0-2 pitch. Vera strikes out, which is disappointing. 1 away, bringing Urbina to the plate, who has since last episode got his 600th career hit. He strikes out watching as well. Suddenly it's 2 out, 2 on for Tony Vega. We know he loves a strikeout. And on this occasion, he gets a piece of it, and it is robbed. Oh, that would have been 2 runs. So we stay scoreless in the first. Carmona back out to face Kalanick, who is batting 309 this season. A first pitch swing. A ground ball to third base. Garcia has it over to first. And that is 1 away. It will bring in Mountcastle, who is batting 262, but in a bit of a hot streak. A 2-0 pitch popped up. Childers is there, as is Valandivos in right field. Childers makes the catch for 2 away, bringing Seiya Suzuki in. Now, he was brilliant against us in the postseason last year, and he will hopefully, and he doesn't look like he has continued that form here, as he is caught by Childers to end a nice, quick top of the second. In will come Garcia, batting 268. Now, he, since we have seen him last, has got his 1,000th career hit, and he'll lead us off with a walk here, bringing Valdovinos in now, batting 220 in his rookie season. It's a 2-2 pitch, and he has popped it up into right field. And Garcia will stay at first, 1 away. Blake Hunt is the new man to the plate. He is batting 236 this season. And Blake Hunt has hit into a double play that will end the inning. So we can't take advantage of a leadoff walk. It is still scoreless through 2. Eugenio Suarez will lead them off, batting 208 this season. It's an 0-1 pitch. What can Carmona do? He hits him. And they have a base runner. It's Longlays coming in now, batting 236. He was good in the postseason against us last year as well. That is hit very well, but straight to Childers in centre field for 1 away. Lawler comes back up, 0 for 1 today. 1-0 pitch, and we look to get him at first, but not in time. And a 2-1 pitch is again popped up. Childers is working hard today, isn't he? And that will be 2 away. Runner again will stay at first. And it will be Correa coming in 0 for 1 today. A 1-1 pitch. Correa gets it into right field, into the corner. Now Valandivos, can he stop the run from scoring? He finds the cutoff man. Oh, and we get him at the plate. A beautiful, beautiful play. And it's Xavier Edwards that gets the throw right in there to end the inning. Now it is Manny Williams coming in. Now, it is the first we've seen of him. He's batting 231 so far this season. And he has grounded that to the first baseman for 1 away. It'll bring in Xavier Edwards. 0 for 1, but of course he did reach on the error last time around. The 1-1 pitch. Xavier Edwards gets it through the right side of the infield this time for a 1-out single. And Childers will come in 1 for 1 today. An 0-1 pitch. There goes Xavier Edwards. He's not even close. Oh, he's so good at stealing as well. So 2 out, no one on, a 2-2 pitch, and Childers just bundles it in front of the plate, and that'll end the third. Still scoreless. No runs, 2 hits, and they have an error to 0. It is Rodriguez who's 1 for 1 coming in for them. It's a first pitch swing. And Rodriguez has just broken the deadlock. That is huge. Absolutely crushed. It is 25th of the season, 418 feet. And I think, is he the guy that pitches as well? He's a regular little Otani, isn't he? Which is very annoying. All right, Marte comes in now. 0 for 1 today. Another first pitch swing. Marte pops it up. And Childers is there to make the catch for 1 away. How many catches has Childers made already? He's got about 5 or 6, doesn't he? Kalanick now, a 3-0 pitch. He walks. So that is 1 on, 1 out for Mountcastle, who's 0 for 1. It's a 2-1 pitch. Mountcastle pops it up into left field. Urbina is there. 2 away. Runner stays at first for Seiya Suzuki, who is 0 for 1. It's a 2-1. There goes the runner. Can Blake Hunt get him? He can. And that'll end the fourth, but not before the Mariners jump out to a 1-0 lead. Errol Vera will lead us off. He is 0 for 1 today. It's a 3-0. Can he get himself on base? Yes. Obina now comes up. He is 0 for 1 today as well. And there goes the runner, and he gets there, does Errol Vera. Only his second stolen base of the season. Can Obina now drive him in? It's a full count. Obina gets it into right centre field, and that will tie the game. And it could even be a triple for Obina as he turns and goes for third. And he didn't even need to slide in the end. That could have been a stand-up triple. So it's an RBI triple, though. And it is 1-1 with a runner at third. No one out for Tony Vega, who is 0 for 1 today. It's a 1-1 pitch. Come on, Tony. Tony Vega, it's not going to be deep enough, is it? No. So 1 away. Runner at third for Garcia, who walked last time up. It's an 0-2 pitch. Garcia strikes out. And it will be Valdovinos, 2 out, runner at third. He's 0 for 1. It's an 0-2 pitch. Can he get this ball in play for us? No, he can't. So it's a run apiece in the fourth. We are going to the fifth. Still tied. Carmona will face Suzuki, who is 0 for 1. A 1-2 pitch. Suzuki grounds it to third base, and that should be out at first. It is. And that is 1 away. Carmona to Suarez now, who, did he get hit last time up? I think a full count this time, and we've walked him. So he's been on base twice and hasn't had to swing a bat. Lenglaise now, who's 0 for 1. A 2-2 pitch. A strikeout. 2 away. Excellent, excellent work. And it will now bring in Lawler for the third time. He's 0 for 2. A 2-1. A pop-up into foul territory. Back goes Hunt. And that'll end the fifth. Okay, Hunt will now lead us off. It's a 1-1 pitch. And Blake Hunt gets it into left field. And that will be a leadoff single. Nicely done. Manny Williams, who is 0 for 1 today. He has 3 major league hits so far in his career. That's not going to be number 4, though, as he is caught in right field. Back to the top of the order we go for Edwards, who is 1 for 2. It's a full count. Xavier Edwards gets it into left field. It should drop in. It does. Hunt stays at second. So 2 on, 1 out. Third time Edwards has been on base. His second hit. And Childers now, who's 1 for 2. Can he drive in a go-ahead run here? It's a 2-0 pitch. Childers has popped it up. It's deep. Oh, it might be going. No, it's right to the fence. Blake Hunt breaks for third and will get there. So 2 away, runners at the corners for Vera, who is 0 for 1. Come on, Errol. A 1-0 pitch. Vera gets it straight into centre field. It drops in, and it is going to give us the lead. It's an RBI single for Errol Vera. Edwards goes to third. We had 2-1 up, and it's Urbina with a chance to extend that lead. He is 1 for 2 today already with an RBI. A full count, and Urbina pops it up, which will end the fifth. But we've taken a lead. We'll go to the sixth. 1 run up. Carmona will continue to Correa, who's 1 for 2. It's a 3-1 pitch. And it is a leadoff walk. All right. Rodriguez now, who hit the home run. He's 2 for 2. It's a 1-2 pitch. And Carmona gets him to pop one up into right field. That'll be 1 away. Runner will stay at first. And it will bring Marte to the plate, who is 0 for 2. A 2-2 pitch. Oh, Carmona. He's looking every bit an all-star today, isn't he? That is 2 away. In comes Kalanick, who's 0 for 1. An 0-1 pitch. And that is a ground ball to the shortstop. Out at second. And we'll go to the bottom of the sixth. Still with our 1-run lead. Vega will lead us off. He's 0 for 2. It's an 0-2 pitch. Just turn and go and take a seat, please, Tony. All right. Garcia now, who's 0 for 1. Another 0-2 pitch. Another strikeout. I tell you what, when this guy for them is on, he's quite good, isn't he? And it is Valandivos now, who is 1-1 pitch, I should say. He pops that up to end the sixth. But yeah, this pitcher, he gets to 0-2, and he doesn't half love a 3-pitch strikeout. All right, Carmona to Mountcastle, who's 0 for 2. It's a full count, and it is a strikeout for Carmona, his third of the game. It will be Suzuki now, who is 0 for 2. It's an 0-1 pitch. It is a ball to the third baseman and out at first. Good work, Garcia. All right, 2 down for Suarez, who is 0 for 0. I think he's been hit, he's been walked, and now he's going to be thrown out at first. Excellent work. All right, we stretch. It's 2-1 to the Tigers. And it will be Blake Hunt to lead us off here. Welcome back, by the way. He was 1 for 2 today. It's a 2-1 pitch, and he has grounded that to the shortstop for 1 away. In comes Manny Williams. Can he get a first hit of today? It's an 0-2 pitch. I suspect not. No, that is 2 down. Xavier Edwards will come in 2 for 3. An 0-1 pitch. Can Xavier Edwards get himself on base again? He cannot. He's lined that straight back to the pitcher. A little bit unlucky. And we'll go to the top of the 8th, and it will be Indigo Diaz coming in for Carmona, who goes 7, only giving up 1 earned run. Not too bad, and 3 hits as well. Diaz with an ERA of 1.59 so far this season. It's a full count. I didn't see how he's facing Longlays. And Indigo Diaz has given up a leadoff single. Of course, Indigo Diaz was the man that blew one of the games in the postseason last year, wasn't he? It is Millam coming in to pinch hit for them, batting 246 this season. It's a 1-1 pitch, and it is popped up into right field, or centre right field. It looks like Childers is going to make the play. So 1 away with the runner at first still. It brings Correa back in. He is 1 for 2 today, sorry. It's a first pitch swing. And that is well hit into right field. Valdivinos fields it on the hop and keeps the runner at second. But 2 on, 1 out, and it is Rodriguez who is 2 for 3 today. It's a 1-0 pitch, and that could be a double play. Oh, we've dropped it. And instead of ending the inning, we've now got bases loaded for Indigo Diaz. And Marte at the plate, who is 0 for 3. It's a full count. Don't you walk in a run. They always do it. It's like it's a bad joke. So we are tied at 2 with loaded bases and 1 out. Is Indigo Diaz going to do it to us again against the Mariners? There's a strikeout. That's huge. 2 down now. Mountcastle comes in. He is 0 for 3. It's a 1-2 pitch. Indigo Diaz ends the inning but gives up the lead. Carmona will be spitting chips, won't he? He deserved to get a win from this start. It is Childers to lead us off. He is 1 for 3 today. It is a 1-1 pitch. Childers. Up the middle. It doesn't get past the shortstop, though. 1 away. In now will come Vera, who is 1 for 2. It's a 3-0. Can he get himself on base? He can. Go-ahead run is aboard with 1 away. Urbina to the plate to face Dean Kremer, who comes onto the mound for them. ERA for him this season of 1.38. We would love to do some damage to that. Gets away from the catcher. Vera now in scoring position with 1 away. Can Urbina put a ball into the outfield for us? It's a full count. Come on, Arrow. Who are you? Meisel. Urbina sends it into deep center field. It's going to be caught. It should be deep enough to get Vera to third. It is. And it's going to come down to Tony loves a strikeout Vega, who is 0 for 3. It's a 2-2 pitch. Tony Vega. Well, he didn't strike out, so we'll call that progress. But we go to the 9th, tied at 2. And it is Suzuki to lead them off against Will Klein, who has an ERA this season of 2.81. It is a 1-0 pitch to start things off here. What is going to happen? Suzuki. Oh, Seiya Suzuki does it to us again. He's 14th of the season, 387 feet, and we've fallen behind in the top of the 9th, having led going into the 8th. A 3-1 pitch on Suarez, and that is a walk. 1 on, no one out for Langlaise, who is 1 for 3. It's another 3-0. Will Klein, mate. We're paying you $9 million a year to do this, you muppet. Malum lays down a bunt. Is that going to be out at first? It is. 1 away, but runners at second and third, and this game is about to get out of hand, isn't it? Correa comes in, 2 for 3 today. It's a 2-2 pitch. It is slapped through the left side of the infield. That's going to score 2. No, just 1. But it is now 4-2. And Will Klein doing some serious damage to his season ERA here. There's a strikeout, which should have been a walk, it looks like, to load the bases. But anyway, Marte, he's 0 for 3. If we can keep the 0, we'll go and have a bat and try and rescue this. But we can't. It'll now be 5-2. And runners at second and first. Kalinic? I can't even talk now. There's a walk to lose. I hate this team. I just hate us. I hate it. I hate this game. I hate the Tigers. Why do I bother? If that's a home run, I'm walking out. 5-2. It's like they do it on purpose, honestly. Nick Robinson is going to pitch for them. That name sounds familiar. He's going to face Garcia to lead us off. It's the complete wrong part of our order to try and do this. It's a 1-1 pitch. Can Garcia... We need base runners, don't we? And he's not going to be that because he's popped it up into left field. Valendivios. He's 0 for 3 today. It's a first pitch swing. He is going to be out at first. We're down to our final out. That out is Blake Hunt. And Blake Hunt is going to strike out, I suspect. Here we go. There we go. What a f***ing bunch of So it's just like the bullpen just takes turns stuffing things up, isn't it? So Will Klein, I mean, he's usually quite good, but not on this occasion. Well, last time I had a look, when I was trying to decide if I wanted to just trade him now, he's on $9 million a year to do that to us. If we go, is it expanded stats 1 or expanded stats 2 here? Yeah, here it is here. So, I mean, his career save percentage is 900, so 9 out of 10 times, obviously. I mean, to me, that seems quite good. Unfortunately, we witnessed the 1 in 10 there that he does blow. So, all very, very frustrating, isn't it? But that will do it for today. If you've enjoyed that, I'm sure you've had a good laugh at me losing my temper. So, if you've enjoyed that, make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We'll be back. I mean, technically, we're in a contention for a playoff. Let's come back for this game 3 against the White Sox. They're a team that has beat up on us so far this season. So if we can win that, maybe there's still a chance going into September. But I suspect this season might be going to head the wrong way for us. It just, after a great start, has not gone particularly well. But anyway, maybe I'll be wrong. Take care.